What's up, YouTube? This is David, D2 Fit Life. Today we're going to talk about part one of starting up your own fitness studio or school. The first part you really want to consider is what kind of person are you and should you start up a school? So the kind of person you have to be or should be is somebody who can figure stuff out on their own. You're going to have to do a lot of things on your own without a lot of support when you're first starting up your school, and you're going to have to be able to figure things out, whether that's applying for a business license, building your website, managing your Facebook page. There's a lot of different kind of things you have to do, and you have to be able to do Google searches, YouTube videos, and figure stuff out. If that's not really your cup of tea, you have to A, have a lot of money, or B, it'll be right for you. Now we know who you should be as a person to start a business. The next real thing to ask is, why are you doing this? You should do this not just because you hate your job, but because you're 100% passionate about what you do and that it's going to improve your life and not make it worse. If you end up starting your own business and you're working 100 hours and your life is just as miserable at your other job, then you might as well stay at your other job. The point of owning a business or opening up your school is to improve your life and to be passionate about what you do and improve other people's lives. And you make sure that those are the reasons why you're starting, because it's a journey and there's a lot of hard work that's getting involved. And if it's not going to improve your life at the end of the day or in a couple years from now, then don't do it. Once you decide this is what you want to do, start up your own fitness studio or your own school, the first thing you really want to do is don't quit your job just yet, but you want to make sure that you have all your goals in place. You're going to have short-term goals from like 0 to 6 months. And that may be, I need to get a certain kind of certification within this time frame, or I need to research about how to get a business license, etc. That might be 0 to 6 months. And then you'll have another one, which is like another goal, which is 1 to 2 years. What is your goal with 1 to 2 years? Maybe you need to save up some money to get to that goal. Start working on your website, start building everything. And then another goal will be 2 to 5 years. Maybe in your second year, you're going to plan on opening your facility and managing it from there. And we'll talk more about all little key points on things like, should you sublease a place at some point, or where should you start? We'll talk about that, but we have to talk about demographics next. Now that you've written out all of your goals, or you've been thinking about how to write down all your goals, the next thing you want to do is think about the demographics. And it's more than just, okay, I want to teach people who are 18 to 35 years old or something like that. You have to think about their age, whether it's male, whether it's going to be female, what are their income types like. So you want to make sure, if you're doing a service-based business, there's a monthly cost of X amount of dollars per month. You want to make sure that the demographic of the people you're going to can actually pay for the service that you're doing. Not everybody can afford personal training if that's what you're doing, or group classes, or whatever it is. Also, what would they look like? Is it going to be already an athletic population? Are you a performance person? Or is it going to be people who are out of shape? So there's so much that goes into the initial part of demographics. Demographics also goes into your classroom environment. Is your place going to be like a hardcore garage gym where tough guys come and work out? Or is it going to be more of a modern looking studio? Or is it going to be somewhere in between? You have to think about all this as your demographic. The next part is self-image. Your self-image is important. Are you going to be super clean shaved? Are you going to have a beard like me? How you present yourself is all part of going back to the demographic that you're trying to attract to begin with. So those are kind of some of your demographics. These are the first things you want to start to think about. Are you the kind of person that can figure stuff out? There's a lot of things you're going to have to figure out. Are you 100% passionate about what you do, about what you teach? Because it's the hard road, and you have to keep your mind on the path and the end goal. And the most important thing is, it's going to improve your life in X amount of time. Are you going to be able to live a better life? And then you have to start writing out your goals. 0 to 6 months. What do you have to do? 1 to 2 years. What do you have to do? 2 to 5 years. What do you have to do? And then start thinking about your demographics, your self-image, your schools or fitness studios image, your clients. What should they be able to do? What kind of income should they have so that they can support the service that you're selling? So there's a lot that goes into that. Also, you have to start reading books immediately on whatever you're teaching or doing, or the service that you're providing. For instance, I read a book on business for martial artists, right? Because that's what I do. The service that I sell is self-defense. And so I read on business practices and getting started and things like that. So you for sure want to read that book and make sure that you're continuously researching. There's a lot of things you have to figure out. So I hope this helps everybody. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll talk more in the next video.